Whoosh, we're back. Squeeze the Neck podcast. Royal Resistance again with my new mate, Giorgio. I'm going to let you pronounce the surname because I'm going to mess it up.
Giorgio Isaila.
Isaila. That's what I was going to say anyway. But thanks a lot.
Everyone is struggling with that.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I'll
go with Giorgio and I'll let him finish it. But thanks for doing this, mate.
No, pleasure. Thank you for
professional, undefeated boxer. Fight coming up. We'll get into all of that stuff. That accent's not from England. Where are you from, mate?
I'm from Romania.
Romania.
All the way from Romania.
Very good. Football fan. We'll come on to this later. But
football fan.
You better have a good answer for me later.
I support Charlton.
Charlton, well, you've ruined the question at the end. The last question of the day. Jesus Christ. The last question of the day. I always say, which football team do you support? And if you don't say Chelsea, I go, fuck you, whatever.
Oh, do you actually?
You support Charlton. So that's ruined the end question. But maybe we'll circle back and see if you give me the right answer.
I'll just forget that. We'll do it again.
We'll go again. It starts with ch. But anyway, there you go. Take us back to the beginning, mate, because you just broke my heart off camera. You told me you're only 23 years old. I was like, fuck it now. Jesus Christ. But 23 years old from Romania. Take us through your boxing career, mate.
Boxing career? Well, it's a short career, really. I've started when I was 19.
Wow.
So literally that's 4 years and a half ago. Just after the lockdown. Just didn't know what to do with my life, really. You know, I wasn't doing any sports. Previously, I was doing football when I was like a small kid. And I always had something in the back of my mind. I want to be again an athlete. You know, do something. I miss the training, the feeling of it. Go training. Have a goal, and just want to do something. But I didn't know what to do.
Wow. And where was you? Did you start here?
Here.
Oh,
yeah,
right, okay.
I was here. Yeah. So obviously the lockdown, put me down a bit mentally, and I'm like, man, I need to do something. So soon the gyms open again. I'm like, I'll go gym. So I went gym first, previous just to lift weights, and I'm like, what am I doing that for? What for? I'm just staying in the mirror and just lifting weights. So I discovered boxing, and I worked in a boxing gym, and I said to the coaches, look, never boxed before, but I want to be a boxer. And they're like, go hit the bag, Anyway, like we started day 1, day 2, day 3. We're building up slowly. I started liking the sport, and some points I previously hated. The first 2 months of training, I hated. I was forcing myself to go in the gym. I was like, no, it's not nice, but I don't enjoy it. And that's how I started from. And then day by day building up, I started having a passion for it. I started reading books about boxing and all this. And 6-7 months later, I went to the amateur.
Mate, so that's a mad story. I was expecting you to go, I started when I was 2 and I boxed forever.
No,
Which boxing club did you walk into?
First of all, I went to a club in East London. It was just like a fitness club, like recreational, where I just learned the basic first, no fighting, just training. And then I moved to Kidbrook and a gym called Honor and Glory, where I started my boxing amateur.
Okay.
And
Right, and you're a pro now, so geez, all gone fast. How many amateur fights you have?
I had 20.
20 amateur fights, so quite quick.
A season and a half.
Oh, wow.
I remember when I started my amateur, it was through the half of the season. I finished that half season with 8 fights, 9 fights, and then the second season, full season, I went to up to 20.
Nice.
So
and what was the thinking in turning pro so quickly? What made you do that?
I always had in my mind that I'm getting old to turn pro. Like obviously, I'm not old. 23 is not old.
I was gonna say, but Jesus, bro.
I'm aspiring and I'm hoping to achieve big stuffs in pro, like championships and all this. And I was thinking, if I turn pro, let's say later, do I have time enough to achieve my goals?
I hear you.
And especially with someone who limited experience, with no a fan base, proper yet. I'm thinking, how am I gonna achieve that in my 5 years? So I turned as soon as I could. And I said to my coaches, look, I had 20 fights. I think I'm ready. My coaches, they thought the same. And we just had to go.
Wow. What was your record as an amateur?
As an amateur, 18, lost 2.
Yeah, so a good record for an amateur. That's good.
I literally lost my first one and my last one.
Oh, no. Not to the same guy, I'm assuming.
No, not the same guy. No.
But it happens. Is it amateur boxing to have a record like that as well? There's so many bad decisions
but it's not about records as an amateur. In my mind, I was a little bit, I'm trying to be always perfect, which is, I don't think it's the best thing. But sometimes it's good because it pushes you to do good.
All right.
But I lost my first one. And I wasn't happy. I literally, not gonna lie, I cried for 3 hours.
3 hours.
My coach is driving me back home, and they just had to listen to me crying.
Oh no! Cry for 3 hours.
But just been crying, because I had so much passion for it, and I put so much training especially for the first fight. And I think I got a little bit robbed as well. Yeah. That just broke my heart.
Happens, bro.
But then obviously just went back in the gym next day, started working on different stuffs, and I just went on a winning streak all the time.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
My second fight's knockouts, my third one knockout, then stoppages, and then unanimous all the time. Like I was winning, I was hungry, you know, winning all the titles. I won the a box cup, national championship, novice. I went in Spain in an international tournaments. I went another box cup and then ABAs as well.
Nice.
You know,
so
like, I won all of them.
That's
and,
good, man. And then when you turned pro, that was,
then
was there any ambition for you to like Olympics and stuff like this, or was you just like, nah, just want to get pro?
I mean, obviously, I would like to, I would love to, but I knew I can't make it to Olympics that quick.
Because I was going to say, because the reason I asked you is because, like, time-wise for 2024, it would have been nice, right?
You know, it was short, but at the same time, you know, there's like 100 boxers trying to squeeze to the Olympics, and my experience was limited, you know, I knew that it's hard, and there's small chances for me to get there. And I said, you know what, just go pro. I'll make my pro, you know. And turned pro last year in November.
That's cool.
That was my debut in November.
But go back a step. So when you was a kid, was you a boxing fan, or was this just fresh in you? You just like, fuck, I'm going to try boxing?
I was the opposite. I was the kid in the school, getting bullied, didn't know how to fight. You know, always relying on my friends to protect me.
Oh, really? You was that kid?
To beat people up for me.
Yeah.
I never liked that. You know, I was actually opposite. You know, like I didn't like fighting. I didn't like the boxing in general or any combat sports.
That's a mad story, that.
Exactly.
Well, you hear it sometimes, but normally it's heavyweights because like it's thinner, isn't it? The field's thinner, so like you can get to the top quicker, you know, as a heavyweight. Whereas like,
but for me, I'm in a big division as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like a big division. How much did you weigh when you started boxing before you got into the amateur club?
75.
75. And what did you first start boxing at?
71.
71. Okay, so you didn't lose too much.
I wasn't actually, you know, I was decent fit, you know.
Yeah.
I have a good metabolism, I think.
And what did you end up boxing at in the amateurs? Did you stay at 71?
Stay at 71.
You stayed at 71. Would you be quite small for that, right?
I boxed random, really. I boxed mostly 71, but sometimes I was dropping to 67.
Right.
Because there wasn't people for me available for 71. Sometimes I was boxing 76.
Yep.
You know, I had to box someone
big
with
boys
76.
there, fucking hell.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I remember it's a funny story, you know. It was my 5th fight, I think. And I was supposed to fight at 71. Anyway, I'm 70, right? Turn up on the day just to get told, like just before to drive to the place, that my opponent pulled out, but they have a replacement who is 76. But I have to put some weight on me. And I'm like, how many hours we go? Like 4 hours. I'm like, what you talking about 4 hours to put like mad 5 kg?
To put weight on you.
Man, I'm telling you, I went to my coach house with a big burger in my bag, had the burger, checked my weight, 71 almost. I'm like, okay, we have 3 hours journey, so on the journey I was just eating, drinking water. I get there to the venue, I had a big bottle of water, 2 liters, straight away, jumped on the scale, 73 and a bit it was, I remember. And the doctors are like asking us, you sure you're right? Because it's a big difference. I'm like, my coach is like, yeah, of course, we're ready, we're fine. So we took it. And man, while I was waiting for the fight, I was just going to the toilet every 10 minutes. You know, like so much water. And I made it, you know, second round stoppage. And I'm like, sweet, you know. But the thing is, you know, after fights, you always want to treat yourself with some food.
Of course.
I didn't want to treat myself.
Nah, fuck that. Treat yourself to not eating. Yeah. But it's funny because the way, I think people, especially in amateur boxing where you're boxing so regular, like I think a lot of people put too much emphasis on the weight. Do you know what I mean? Like for me, when I was doing it sometimes, I lost loads of weight once and I got in there and I just felt terrible. Other times I missed weight because I couldn't get to the... And
I think with amateur, you should fight at your normal weight.
Where you feel good. Because 100%.
It's not like with pros, you have a date.
Yeah.
8 weeks left. You know you can get the
and
weight
day before
down.
Weighing as well, right?
Yeah. But with amateurs, you train all year round, and maybe you got told today you're fighting next week. What are you gonna do? Oh, let me lose 5 kg.
Or the next day even. I had one once the next day.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, you know? What are you gonna do? You know?
I used to coach amateurs as well, and I remember I had a show on a Saturday, and I was waiting at the gym for the kids to turn up to drive them there. And the coach from the other club called me and said, is there any chance your boy Caleb, right, is available for a skill bout? And I'm like, let me call them. You know, it's like short time. You know, like literally 2 hours notice, he came for a skill bout.
There you go.
It can happen anytime.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so, yeah, that's with amateurs.
I don't think kids should be losing weight anyway, but that's a whole different story. You know, if you're 12, I don't like that cutting weight. Just box, fucking, there's more to worry about, innit?
Go for it, you know.
But so, when you turned pro, what weight did you start at?
71.
71. Yeah, oh, he's still 71.
I just stayed. You know what? I wanted to stay at 71 for my first few fights, just because I was comfortable at 71. Right.
But you're not quite small for that weight.
Yeah, but
it's fine. You don't care.
I'll go for it.
But do you know what? The reason I say that to you as well is because when I say quite small for that, it's more. I think there's a benefit to that too.
Yeah, it's a benefit in one way, and the benefit is obviously you naturally feel good You don't feel drained. Some people feel drained.
Yep.
You know, everyone is different. Me, I feel good at 71. And but the only reason was I wanted to be comfortable in my first few fights.
Yeah.
Because it's a different trade. It's a different sport. But now I'm boxing at 67.
Yeah,
you know, so I dropped down.
Because when I say you're small for it, like for anyone looking at you, met you, to go, no, fucking, he's not small for it. But for boxers, because people lose ridiculous. Like, there's certain people you're around sometimes in weight, and you go like, Jesus Christ. I don't know if you remember a guy called Darren Hamilton. He was a British champion at light welterweight.
Probably not.
But anyway, this was back 2012. Shout out Darren Hamo.
Okay.
He was like light welterweight, right? And he was essentially the same size as me, he just had skinny legs.
Yeah.
And I was like, mate, I'd have to, like, how the fuck? And he was like, yeah, it's just whatever.
Yeah, no, it happened. Like, even my coach, Matt Mash, you definitely heard him. Well, shout out Matt Mash.
Shout out, Matt.
When he used to box as a pro, he used to cut mad weight. He was telling me stories like all his training camp would be in a sauna suit all the time.
You're worrying about the wrong thing, aren't you?
Only because he's a shorter guy.
Yeah.
And he had to cut bigger. He's not
short, mate. Yeah. You said it, not me.
Well, I'm already joking with that many times.
He thinks he's 6'3".
He had to cut a lot of weight for that. You know,
right, of course.
He was too short for his natural weight. For me it's alright. I'm average. I'm 5'9". So.
But I believe in, like, listen, if you feel good, that's the way to be.
Yeah,
I always say that, like, if you feel, I'd rather go in there smaller than someone feeling good, right? Than be fucking big for the sake of it. It doesn't make any sense.
What's the point? Yeah.
But what was your pro debut like, man? Because obviously it's happened quite quick. Within, what would you say, a year and a half of starting boxing? You're pro.
Yeah, exactly.
And people around you, like your family, like, what the fuck are you doing? You was like, you got to.
Everyone was like going a little bit back when I first started boxing. Everyone was trying to take me down.
Right, of course.
Even my family, like my mom, my dad, they're like, "What are you doing that for? You know, you're gonna ruin your face. You're gonna hurt yourself. It's not worth it." And all this, like everyone, like friends, whoever. And I'm like, man, you know, like no one believe in me. You know, when now everyone is like, you know, including my parents, they're proud. You know, like, yeah. We believe in you.
Yeah.
Didn't believe in me.
Didn't believe me before. I've always believed in you, son.
You believe now, but not then.
Yeah.
You know?
And sorry, go back a step. What brought you to England in the first place?
Life.
Life. Okay, cool.
No, I didn't like school when I was a kid. I had bad addictions as a youngster, bad lifestyle, and I just wanted to escape that, you know, and actually do something with my life, you know. And I had to leave at least the city to go away from my habits, from friends and whoever who was dragging me down. And I said, you know, I'll just go England.
You coming by yourself?
Yeah.
At what age?
Yeah, nearly 18.
Oh, wow, man. Yeah, you're fucking wild, man. You just leave country, start boxing.
I learned English here because I didn't speak English previous.
Wow,
like nothing. I just knew how to say hi. So I learned English here, and slowly get myself up. You know,
that's cool, man.
Make friendships. Like now, to be honest, these days I know so many people, and sometimes I'm thinking, how many people I know, you know, for a stranger. Being a stranger here.
That's
cool,
man.
I feel home now.
Wow. You know? Are you one of us now? Are you going to stay here, are you?
Yeah.
50-50.
I still go back home. You know, I still miss my country, Romania. I still miss it. My people. You know, I go there often. But I'm feeling good here as well. So I try to keep a mix of it. You know, I don't know if you've seen, like on my fights, I always have two flags on the balconies on the yoke wall. It's like England flag and Romanian flag. Because for me, it's 50-50 now. You know, I love my country, but I love England as well. It gave me so much opportunities here. You know?
That's cool, man. I
respect that to give the respect back.
That's nice, man. So when you first turned pro, what are you thinking then? Are you thinking about, like, because I had Larry earlier, shout out Larry Ekhandeo. He said when he turned pro, he was like, nah, whatever, I just want to turn pro for the sake of it, basically. Yeah. Like, did you have ambition to be something?
Well, I had ambition, you know, like since my first day in the boxing gym, I had ambition. I wanted to be a pro. I wanted to do good, to make myself proud, to make my family proud, just do good in general. And obviously when I turned pro, I had ambition. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna get my name slowly up, building my ranks, and just do good, man, and just step up the ladder, up and up. And that's why it's been so far, you know.
Yeah. And what's your ambitions in boxing? What do you? I'm assuming you're going to tell me world title, but I'm thinking,
100%.
You're one of them confident people.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
That's my ultimate goal. I don't care really how much, you know, how long it's gonna take. It can take me 15 years. I'll be up. I will stay up. Even if I'm old, on my 40s, I'll still be in boxing till they tell me you can't do it no more.
Wow.
So, you know, but that's my goal. I really want that. Like, I have dreams, and you know, nights and nights about that. So, hopefully one day it's gonna happen. You know.
Right.
But
nice.
I don't care how long it takes. Just, you know, I'm not rushing. Take my time, but. Yeah, that's the goal,
so 5-0 already, right?
5-0,
so 3 knockouts.
3 knockouts.
So you're on the road, man. Like for someone with, I mean, I don't want to say limited amateur experience because 20 bouts, it's limited, but
20 amateur bouts is still a good experience, but for the short time,
that's what I'm getting at.
It's just a number.
Because exactly. It's a short amount of fights in one way, but it's also a lot of experience. It's not like you've had 4 bouts and you're turning over. Do you know what I mean? Like it's enough, innit? Do you know what I mean? To know who you are and what you are. But now 5-0 as a pro, like I mean, things are starting to get exciting, right?
It is exciting. You know, like even like talking about hopefully a Savonera title shot soon. That just, man, it just opened my mind a bit. I'm like, yo, we're already getting there.
Yeah, nice.
You know, like to the first step.
That's cool. So, and how's that work? Are you eligible for like British titles and stuff like this?
Well, only if I get my British citizenship, which I'll probably do at some point. If I get close to that point where I can fight for it, obviously that's it. You know, for now, obviously it's too much hassle to get that, but I will get it at some point. You know, I like to have double citizenship. That's gonna help me anyway in life.
Right, of course.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah, but definitely, obviously, I can do a Southern in England, which is gonna take anyway 2 years, hopefully. Yeah. So I still have time to think about.
That's cool, mate. Next. Yeah. So like obviously immediately you got March the 15th coming up. Get on that. We put links for tickets or anything. You can go. So who are you fighting, mate?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Obviously, still 7 weeks left. My manager. Probably he has few guys on the list, and I believe he's trying to choose the toughest one. You know, because I need a test. Obviously, you know, looking to get in Southern area, I need rounds because I only got 15 rounds in 5 fights.
Is that right? Yeah.
But it's just unlucky. I mean, unlucky. Lucky for me, but I don't know if it's lucky or unlucky.
There's pros and cons to both.
Stoppages are good. Yeah. But it doesn't give me the enough experience to be able to be like, I had 6 tough rounds. I had another 6 tough rounds. I'm ready. Because obviously, Savonera is 10 rounds. So
but I also think people can put too much emphasis on that too, right? At the same time, go out there and do your thing, innit? Do you know what I mean? You learn, like to me, and you obviously know as well. Is like when you go out there, that's experience. It's not so much, you got your rounds in the gym anyway, right? You're going out, it's the lights, it's the fucking,
you do all that, the fight itself, But I don't know. Sometimes I have feelings like for last few fights, like I remember my second one where obviously I went full rounds. I was going home and I'm like, I remember what happened. I feel like I had a fight and all this. Where my last ones, I'm just feeling like I didn't even fight. I'm going home and I'm like, all right, like it's quick.
Yeah.
But it just happened. I'm not looking for knockouts. It just happened.
Yep.
I think it's the precision I have, the accuracy. It stop people out.
But that's when they come.
Power.
That's when they come when you don't look for them, right? When you just in there doing your thing.
It just happen.
But like I'll tell you a fight that comes to mind recently. I don't know if you Moses Atalma.
Yeah.
The heavyweight, like his last one, like fuck
I watched that live.
Like Jesus Christ, he's exciting, and we'll come on to boxing later. But like before we do, like we go through your thing. Like we're fresh into 2025 as we're recording this now. It's January, right? So like from here, have you got goals this year specifically you want to get to? Southern area, simple as that.
This year.
Yep. Wow.
I don't know when, but this year.
Do you have a number of fights in mind you want to have this year?
4.
4 fights. Okay, cool.
So hopefully, obviously March. Hopefully somewhere in June. And who knows, Southern area after.
Yeah. But it's funny speaking to you like this. Obviously, I've just met you today, but it seems like you're one of these that's excited about it. Like sometimes I speak to people, and it's like it's not a chore, but you can see it like it's heavy.
Because not gonna lie, I'm my biggest fan. Like when I'm talking about my biggest fan. Like on my phone, pictures of me everywhere.
Yeah.
If you go on my Google, the latest search is my name.
Yeah, I got you.
My room is
just keep searching yourself.
My room is full of pictures of me boxing and all this. I'm my biggest fan. Like I really respect and I really appreciate my hustle, and I put so much love in it.
Yeah.
Because, who else?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm my biggest, and it's exciting for me.
Yeah.
It's every day, man. Even when I turn up at the gym just training, I'm excited. I'm like waiting at the door. Come on, where's the coach?
You're one of them,
yeah.
And what's training like for you? Because obviously different people train different ways. Some people do 10 times a day and they lift weights and all this shit. What's training like?
It's always been different, like my first, to talk about pro side, my first couple of camps, it was pretty much twice a day. I was training by myself in the morning and then with my team in the evening, either sparring or conditioning or whatever. And it was fine, like training twice a day. Then later, like my last couple of fights, I was just training once a day, pretty much by myself, like I was just doing stuff. And it went good. But now, obviously, I changed my head coach, which is Matt Marsh. He used to be at my side anyway since an amateur, but now he's my head coach, like officially head coach. And he does train well different than I was used to. And I think it suits me better. Like we train every morning. We do a lot of technical stuff.
Okay.
For now, obviously, we're not deep in camp yet. And then we're looking forward to do like conditioning in evenings and all that. So it's a little bit like changing around the times, what we're doing at different times. So we do more boxing in the mornings, and so I look forward to see what's that gonna be.
Yeah.
So far, I feel good. Like
That's
it's
nice.
only, I've been taking over for 3 weeks now, just about to start my camp properly. But 3 weeks of really good work, I feel like I'm already fit for fighting.
Yeah. And what about strength and conditioning, weights, and all that stuff? Are you into that or no?
Not really. Not really.
Just
no.
boxing.
I do a bit of conditioning, but it's not much. I gain too much muscle quick.
Right.
Like whenever I do a little bit of conditioning, I just go home and I'm feeling like I gained like 3 pounds extra muscle.
Right.
It's quick, so I try to focus more on like circuit work rather than conditioning. Yeah. Like just pure body weights workout.
That's cool, man. And you mentioned like you're ticking over now, like before a camp. What's a camp for you? How long are you looking at before fights?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. That seems to be the thing, man.
Like 6 proper weeks.
Yeah.
Like where it's no playing around.
Yeah.
Like strict. You do this, you do that. You eat properly. You sleep properly.
That seems to be common now, like because back in the day it used to seem like people wanted to do 10, 12.
Yeah.
And I think it's too long, isn't it? I think you burn out.
I do 10 weeks anyway, but it's not camp.
Yeah.
Like the 4 weeks is just ticking over where I can let myself have some whatever food I like. I can skip a day of training if I don't feel right.
Right.
Like things like that. Like it's a little bit more like
looking after yourself.
Just looking after myself. Don't kill myself. And then them 6 weeks, because I'm already conditioned from the previous 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Right. And what about when you win a fight? What are you like? Are you on holiday and like living up and partying, or are you just business as usual?
Usually, I have a big meal.
And that's it.
And then a couple of days, I'm just relaxing at home.
Good man.
I still do my work. I still be in the gym, not training myself. I like still working, doing my once-to-ones and all this. It's just a normal life.
Nice.
But I'll take a holiday a week after.
Yeah, good
I leave myself a week, to collect the glory from here.
Let everyone high five you and pat you on the back.
High five me, give me hugs, well done, congrats. I feel like a hero. And then when everyone forget about me, kind of, I just go holiday.
Disappear now. Yeah, I got you. Are you a boxing fan now? Like, do you watch boxing now? Because like before, you said you didn't like boxing.
I do watch boxing, but not much. I like to go on the venues to watch the boxing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not like I don't enjoy the boxing on TV.
Really?
I get bored.
Do you? Okay.
Oh, big time. Unless it's a fighter who I really love.
Yeah.
I get bored. But when I do go on the venues, man, I'm there.
Right.
I love it. I think it's the vibe giving you that excitement.
Yeah.
To watch. The people around, screaming. The fact the boxers are there in front of you.
Yeah. Because the reason I asked, like your division, obviously an exciting division. There's a lot of big fucking names in that division.
I go even like your call. I go almost every week. They have boxing there. Because I live local. I only live like 10 minutes away. And whenever I drive home from work, it's like 8, 9 p.m. I drive by your call. And when I see people on the queue, I'm like, there is boxing tonight. So I just stop by and be like, I was boxing. It's nice.
That's cool, man.
That's why I always tell people, obviously my fights are not streamed or something, but I always tell them, you want to enjoy boxing, come to the venue. It doesn't need to be my fights. Just go to a venue and watch boxing.
Yeah.
But obviously, make sure you come to my fight.
Also, come to my fight. But York Hall's a great venue to go to anyway. For anyone who hasn't gone, go to the York Hall. It's the history behind. Yeah, exactly.
I read somewhere they do boxing there since like 1920 or something.
Some probably, but it's a big prestigious venue. But it's funny because I've been there with like friends. Obviously, I've been there with loads of people that box, and we know the score. But then I've gone there sometimes with people who don't box, and they turn up and like, "This is the York Hall. This shithole. This is what we're looking at."
It's old school boxing venue. Like it's an old venue. They don't really change much there, but I bet they want to keep the history behind.
It's great watching it there, like especially the balconies. You feel like you're like in the ring almost.
Yeah, exactly. You're like 3 feet away.
Yeah.
No, I like your call. All my fights was there as a pro. Love it.
Yeah,
I feel like that's my house.
That's your house
already. I start calling it the new Dracula house castle because obviously my nickname is Dracula.
It's Dracula. Well, it makes sense for Romanian, right? Before I was going to ask you why.
Yeah. A lot of people ask me why, but they don't associate the Romanian side because obviously Dracula is Romanian.
Yep.
Well, no, it's just different stories behind,
Right.
Like in the previous gym where I was as an amateur, I used to spar all the time and make everyone bleed. Right?
Okay, so you was
Dracula. A lot of people was calling me, he's like Dracula, how much blood, they're like a vampire and all this. And people were starting calling me in the gym Dracula, and I'm like, do you know what, it actually makes sense, I'm Romanian as well, and all this, and it all get the shape, and I say, do you know what, my nickname.
Dracula.
There you go. And I didn't really hear any boxers with this nickname.
No, I don't think I've ever heard. I've heard the Count before. Michael Bisping, the Count.
Okay,
that's an MMA fighter. He was called the Count, which is Count Dracula, I guess. But
no. There you go. So because you see, everyone is like going there with like the chosen one, the golden boy, the wherever. But Dracula, I don't really hear it.
Yeah, I got you. And what brought you to this gym? We're at Royal Resistance today.
Well, it's local to me, first of everything. And I like what they do here.
Yeah.
You know, like first of everything, the gym is massive.
Yeah, it's a great gym.
Like you got everything here, from conditioning, sides, area, boxing. It's huge, and I like the community. That's the only thing it attracts me more.
Yep.
It's a nice community of not just boxing, but they do BJJ, they do Muay Thai, MMA, only fitness, boxing, competitive. A lot of pros coming down. So it's a lot of mixed community here, you know, and everyone is nice.
Yep.
You know,
well, that's what
you
first
don't walk
brought
in
me.
the gym and it'd be like, oh, the BJJ guys there with like cauliflowers looking at you like, ah.
Yeah.
No, they're nice. They come and say hi to you.
it's
You know,
all good,
that's what I like. You know,
That's
it's
cool.
It's a nice community. You feel good.
Well, that's what first brought me here. You just mentioned it. The BJJ was Bart the Grappler and Mattia Florina. Shout out, guys.
Oh, shout out again.
They're flying home soon anyway to Sicily.
They fly last week, isn't it?
Oh, they've gone already. Yeah, well, there
yeah.
you go. But it's do you ever fuck with grappling or
No.
you ain't got time, right? Because of
no, it's
boxing?
not the time. I just don't fancy. I wanted to try actually, but man, I'm watching sometimes and it looks so difficult. So much movements and all this technique and all that. I can't have the patience for it.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean when I say time. Like you got a boxing career going on, you can't be messing around with
I'll
other
definitely
stuff.
try some points, you know.
Yeah.
I want to know how to choke someone or something. You know,
mate.
I like to know that.
Mate, win the world title and then maybe like let's have a look at doing some MMA with you. Do you know what I mean? You're
Make the
23,
transition,
you've got
isn't
loads
it?
of time, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Yeah,
flying.
yeah,
Are you,
yeah.
well, I was going to say you're a fan of MMA at all, but you're not really a fan of boxing either. So
No, I'm not. I watch sometimes the highlights.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy some highlights, but nah, I'm not really a fan. I used to watch more MMA before to start boxing.
okay.
Right? Because when I was trying to figure out what sport to start, I was like watching MMA first, a lot of fights. And I'm like, I want to do MMA. That was my first thing. But then I started watching boxing, right? Same again, just to see what's the difference. But I enjoy more boxing.
Yeah,
Probably
I got
because
you.
of the style of it, you know, like it's more like a, I don't know, it's simple sport to learn because you just have to learn one thing, boxing. Where with MMA in general, like UFC, you have to learn grappling, kicking, boxing. And I say, man, I'm 19. By the time I'm gonna learn all these stuffs, I'm gonna be like on my 30s, you know, to be able to fight. So I say, I'll just stick to one thing where I can learn one graft and that's it. You know,
Well, it's funny you say that. A lot of people I train with, they wanted to start MMA and they started grappling for it, and then they just fell in love with grappling and never bothered with MMA. Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
Didn't get round to it, you know, which is quite
yeah.
common as well. I think Mattia as well. He started MMA and just fell in love with grappling and whatever.
And then
but,
just focus on that, yeah.
But what's it like back home for you, boxing-wise now? Like, obviously you started late, so your friends back home didn't know you was a boxer.
No,
What's it like now? Are they on you for boxing or not?
Well, to be honest, as a boxer, I'm really known in my city.
You are. That's
Like,
what I mean.
in my
Yeah.
city, I'm not gonna lie. Hats off to the Romanian community.
What's
to
the
my
city called? Shout the city.
Suceava.
Okay.
Called, especially my little town called Malin. Shout out to them. I went to holiday, my first time since I'm a boxer in September last year after my fight, after my fourth fight. Yeah, fourth fight. I went there for a couple of weeks holiday. I knew some people will know me from like pictures on social media, whatever. But man, my first day in the city. I met up my cousin. I said, "Oh, let's go grab a coffee." So we walked down the city, like down the town, and we just hear Giorgio. People calling me from everywhere, from there. I'm like,
right,
what?
yeah.
Is that me? Oh, can we get a picture and all this? I'm like, what? You say what? Picture? Man, I'm telling you, everyone know me down there, and I was so happy to get that much appreciation from them. You know, like the support. Everyone was like knew me from wherever, social media, TikTok, people talking about me and all this. And I'm like, whoa, you know. I remember I went to my primary school where I studied as a kid, and I saw my ex-football coach there, my first football coach, chilling outside the school, and I'm like, oh, I need to stop to say hi. You know, I really want to meet him. You know, it's been a while. Say hi and all this, and he's like, man, every single kid in this school know you. You have to come inside and say hi.
Oh,
you know,
no.
I'm like, I start getting nervous. I'm like, what? You know, so he got all the kids from the school, like 100+ kids.
Wow.
And they all know me. They all like, oh, I want to listen to your story. Tell us things, pictures, whatever. And I'm like, wow, you know,
That's crazy.
like
Yeah.
I can get my boxing side, like me as an athlete, to inspire a generation. You know, like even if it's just a little town, but they watch me. They want to do better. They want to be like me. And I'm like, that's good.
And that's after 4 fights as well. Imagine what it's going to be like when you
after I get some belts, and all this. You know, I get there with like red carpet or something.
Well, mate, you might as well try and pick up like a Romanian title soon, and you're like go and fight over there and like
I
pick
don't know
up a
how
belt.
that works, to be honest, because I never boxed in Romania, so I don't know how is the Romanian side going. But I think they do a lot of like Latin belts.
Well, there must be a Romanian champion, right? Get in
they-
touch.
they-
Anyone knows who the
definitely,
Romanian champion is, tag him.
Just let me know.
Let's let
coming
our
down.
boy bash him up and take his belt off him. You know?
But they do. From what I know, they do like a lot of like WBC, WBO, Latin side. You know.
Right.
Like,
Okay. Is that what they do? Yeah.
Yeah. Like because obviously Romania is a Latin country, so they do Latin belts.
Yeah.
So that can be a thing for the future. Who
That's
knows?
cool. That's cool.
You know?
But you said, like, obviously you've got 2 flags and stuff. So like, that's always a good way to go anyway,
exactly,
right?
yeah,
Bring
yeah,
communities
yeah,
together
exactly,
and like have your thing.
yeah.
Because
You know?
England, I mean, in England it's massive, right? Boxing. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah. So
people are going to come, unless you're winning world titles and stuff. I think
exactly.
it's difficult. People don't really latch on. But like you said, you have 4 fights, you go home.
Especially it's like thousand boxers here.
Right.
You know, where my country, always like 10 fighters in there.
Is that
you
right?
know?
Yeah.
And now to have a fighter who is pro in London from your city, maybe the only one,
Yeah.
you'd be like, wow, you know, that's amazing.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Especially as I say, like as the belts go up,
Yeah,
they're going to
yeah.
take that on board, aren't they?
big time,
Like, do you know what I mean?
so-
At 4 fights for you to go home and be that level of fame.
Yeah,
Imagine when
literally,
you're
you know,
world champion, man.
Even the TV program called me. You know, I was saying to you before the podcast, they contacted me saying, "Oh, you need to come on emission, our emission
Crazy.
and talk about your journey as a boxer." I'm like, wow, you know, TV. You know, I'm like calling my mom. I said, "Mom, I'm going to be on TV tonight."
Yeah. What did the family think of that when you're on TV? Are they
Yeah.
like, fucking hell?
Excited, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
My mom, she was telling me, she told every single person, every single neighbor in the village, saying, "Make sure you open the TV at 7 o'clock." With my
Yeah,
son.
my boy's on, yeah. And what's the big sports in Romania? Is it football?
The big sports, I think it's football. Yeah, the biggest. Wrestling as well.
Freestyle wrestling, like.
I think
as in-
freestyle wrestling
yeah.
is called, or we call it
Greco-Roman,
Roman,
it's different rules,
wrestling
yeah.
or stuff
So
like that, yeah.
freestyle, you can grab the legs. Greco-Roman, you can't,
I
right?
think that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Because I remember from when I used to be in high school, everyone will do that sport.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
So
That
I think
was the
that,
thing.
or football. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even know.
Yeah, well, as long as
But
people know you are.
definitely no boxing. It's not the biggest one.
Yeah, not yet, till you bring it
it's
back,
not,
right?
It's not really big. Yeah. Hopefully I'll make it back, and
Yeah.
you know they start doing more stuff. So
That's cool,
they
man.
need that promotion. You know.
Yeah.
Like it's very poor promotion.
Right.
For any sport,
Yeah.
actually, Romania. It's very like there is no opportunities.
Right.
That's why a lot of people fly to different countries to
Right.
make it.
Yeah, I got you. And is that one of your things you want to do, like down the road? You want to fight in Romania?
Man, if I get opportunities to fight there, I will. You
Yeah.
know? Stella Stadium or something at some point and fight, I will. But for now, I don't look for that. I look to, because I've got a big community here. I like to keep them interested to come to watch me. You know?
Yeah, of course,
Exactly,
right.
yeah. But at some points, if they,
Yeah.
doors open all the time. You
Yeah.
never know what's happening, what's the future holding. You know.
Yeah, of course.
Like, if in a couple of years I'll be like, oh, big fight in Romania, I'll take it.
Yeah, of course.
If no, I'll fight here.
Yeah,
know,
that's nice.
I'll
Man.
fight
But like, obviously at 23, you're real young, right? So, but like, I ask a lot of people like what their schedule is in their mind of like when they want to retire and stuff, which is
Yeah.
obviously way down the road for you. But do you have plans of like what age you want to achieve certain things, or not so much?
I have obviously plans to achieve stuff, but I can't say what age because you
Yeah.
never know. You know,
Right.
like sometimes you can achieve something quicker than you expect. Sometimes it takes longer.
Right.
You know, something will happen on the way. So I can't say ages, but I'm definitely sure. I'll achieve all the stuffs by the time I retire, and then when I retire, I want to open a boxing club,
Oh, you do?
like academy, kind
Right.
of, where I grow up the kids and boxers.
Yeah.
You know,
But
like
you
I
want to
don't
make
wanna-
millions boxing first, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you wanna have,
exactly.
like-
But obviously, I don't want to that's my like it's a little plan in the back of my mind.
Right.
I don't want to like just open a club and like get people random in.
Yeah.
I want to just grow kids in there. Like from
Right.
10, you come in there and you just grow up with me, train, fight wherever. You know, like a proper academy. You know?
Yeah, that's cool.
I like to do that.
Like a community thing.
Yeah,
is that
like
what
a
you mean?
community. You know,
yeah.
like they grow up there since 10 and they box. They know each one. They always train.
Yeah,
Like something big.
that's cool, man. That's cool.
My back of my mind is sometimes full, you know, like,
Yeah,
them
of
days
course.
when you just sit in bed and be like, can't sleep, so let me think about stuff, and you
Yeah.
plan years ahead, you know,
Right,
in a
of
minute.
course. But that,
Yeah.
like, obviously, bring it back to the time now we're in this boxing gym. There's 2 rings that we can see now. Is this where you do your sparring and stuff, or do you travel about?
At the moment, I haven't sparred here because I only joined here recently, like 4 weeks now.
Oh, right,
Kind
so
of,
you haven't boxed out of here yet?
Yeah, so I've been training here with my coach Matt pretty much every day. He's coming here to train me, and we've been sparring and we've been away a few times. We've only been to West Ham a few times for sparring, and I think that's it. we got a few sparring booked for next weeks to travel, and hopefully we get some people down here as well.
Yeah.
So I'd like to get some people down here, you know, like, but at the moment we don't look at the sparring yet, you know, like that's probably the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
and then before the fight, how many times a week do you look to spar?
3 times a week.
3 times. Oh, so quite heavy, quite hectic. Because I tell you another thing, the reason I ask is like in recent years, people have kind of got into this kind of like spar less, look after your head.
Yeah. But that's the thing with me as well. Obviously, I spar be often on the week, like twice, 3 times. But that's only before the fight.
Right.
Only for 3-4 weeks.
Really?
And then I don't spar never till my fight again.
That's interesting.
You know?
Okay. Yeah.
I don't need to spar when I'm not fighting. What to spar for? If I want to spar for fun or to work on stuff, it's different because you know to actually try to take your head off or something. You know, like you work on technique. But if you want to do like a proper spar, like full spar, get ready for fights, it's no point to do it when you're like 10 weeks out of fight or something. What's that?
Yeah. So, no. I think there's something to it.
Again, I'm looking for my health. You know, like the more you're getting in the boxing and you actually understand.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
It does give you a little damage, less or more. You know.
And how many rounds do you like to spar at this point in your career when you have a sparring session?
8.
Yeah. So still, looking after yourself, not crazy, right?
8, sometimes 10, depends. Probably now I start slowly going to 10 as well.
Yeah.
I start with 6, and then when I start fighting 6 rounds, then I start doing 8 rounds. So.
What's your next fight? How many rounds?
6 rounds, yeah.
6 rounds. So you can
breathe
through
it will
that.
be actually 6 as well.
Yeah, well, maybe you say that. Like, fight, you say it's pros and cons, isn't it? Like because it's nice to get in there and do the 6 rounds. But on fight night, I'm assuming you think, fuck it, if I can get this guy out of here early, I want it.
But the thing is, like, you find like we're going back to last fights, all my knockouts, I didn't look for it. You know, like I didn't even to be honest, use my over 50% power.
Right.
You know, I don't look for power on the boxing. Obviously, I go power when I'm sparring. I go power. But when I go fighting, I don't really look for power. You know, I'm looking just like to box and show a good display.
Yeah.
And maybe the power will come out on the last round.
Right.
Which I didn't get to that yet. So people, to be honest, they didn't see my power yet. But just accuracy, you know, like speed and accuracy.
Yeah.
The right time, the right moment. And I just see them falling down. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Is that it?
Yeah, I hear that. But like, obviously, as I said before, I touched on like it's quite a glamorous division, the welterweights. Do you know what I mean? If you got like, obviously, soon, I know you said you want the southern area, you want to do the English, all that kind of stuff. Are there people in the division you look at though, like name-wise, and you go, I tell you what, one day I'd like to fucking fight him?
I don't know people in my division, to be honest.
Well, the one name that comes to my mind, he's obviously getting to world level, is Conor Benn, right? It's a big name for lots of reasons. Like his dad, he's obviously made his own name now.
But the thing is, you see, with these people on this weight division, like on their prime or past their prime, I can't think about that because by the time I'm gonna be to that level, they might be retired.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah.
So I had to look to the new generation coming up with me. You know.
Because I'll tell you why I ask, not on here, but I heard someone recently, I can't remember who it was, if anyone has seen it, there's a podcast, and there was someone talking about, like, they want to fight Manny Pacquiao. And it's like, bro, it's 2025, do you know what I mean? It's over. Like,
buy a PlayStation and you can fight him
there. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's a cheap call.
No, it's same, like, realistically, I'm saying, you know, like, I get always questions like, oh, do you like to fight Crawford, all this? Man, by the time I get to that level to be able to fight these people, they're going to be retired, you know, like, that's going to take me at least 5 years to get there, probably. You know, they're going to be retired, so I'm looking to the young generation.
Right.
Well, I don't even know who are they, but we'll find them out. So.
Yeah, it sounds like for you it's more about achievements anyway. When you're finished, you want world titles. You don't care about names, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
No.
You know, I like to fight best of the best at some point, you know, to be able to be like, okay, I retired, look, I'm world champion, all this, but I fought this guy, top level. I fought this guy, top level. What a war. You know, I want good memories as well. You know, to be able to say to, I don't know, my grandkids, my kids and all this, saying, look, what I've been through. Yeah. You know, I like to.
Listen, world titles last forever anyway, don't they? It's like going back to like Manny Pacquiao. So if you used to beat Manny Pacquiao in 5 years' time, doesn't mean much, right? I mean, it's a nice name to have on your record, but if he's 50, who gives a fuck, right? It's like, because I think that goes about too much.
He's not the same boxer no more, isn't he?
Exactly. Like, whereas now I think like people go too much down the road of like, obviously you've got this misfit shit going on and whatnot.
Oh man, just can't stand it.
Tell me about misfits.
Can't stand it, man. Like, there's one in my country as well. It's called RXF or something like that.
Right.
It's same as misfits, just random influencer people with a little bit of like popularity behind. They just box, and I'm like, why, man? You know, I understand the business side of it. You know, it's selling out and make money, but it's just big disrespect for the sports.
It gets strange too, like KSI's fighting Wayne Bridge. I don't know if you know Wayne Bridge is. He used to play football for Chelsea like 15 years ago. He's like, what does he know about boxing? Do you know what I mean? What the fuck is that? Who's excited about that fight? It's craziness.
But they make a lot of money, you know. It's
crazy money.
You respect that, you know, like well done to them, hats off, make money.
Yeah.
But It's
I
embarrassing.
tell you where I don't mind. Yeah, it is embarrassing. But I tell you where I don't mind it, and I'm not against it so much, is where it's not that often. If they did it like once a year, twice a year,
exactly,
and it was like an event, and it was like a freak show, if you like.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like now,
that would be different. But now it's like every week they have shows.
Yeah, and they're trying to fight real boxers and stuff, and it's just like, you know, like Darren Till. I don't know if you know who Darren Till is. He was a UFC fighter. He fought for the title in UFC. He just fought on Misfits. I think it was Misfits. It was one of them kind of shows anyway. And he beat somebody. But it's like they're talking about like Tommy Fury's in there, but
because I saw that on social media. He's doing Misfits now. I'm like, come on, man.
Well,
you're a boxer, you know, like
he's supposed to be.
Or you was the boxer. I don't know if he's a boxer no more.
Well, he was supposed to fight a heavyweight and stuff. When he Misfits and like it's a bit weird.
Yeah, well, everyone have different vision, isn't he?
I mean, if you're talking about money.
Well, if you want to make money, good luck. You know, do whatever it takes to make money. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I even see transition from boxers doing like bloody OnlyFans and all these. I'm like,
oh, careful now.
What the hell?
Pictures of your feet and whatnot.
What the hell?
Yeah, you don't have an OnlyFans account, no?
Fuck that.
Not yet.
Nah,
give it a couple of years.
No, man, you don't want to see me doing that, man. I think that's the bottom of how you say pride, man.
Yeah, I think you're giving up at that point, right? Yeah. Well, who's the female boxer? I think her name's Ebony Bridges. I think she's on OnlyFans.
I used to follow her on Instagram.
I used to follow
her. I thought she's a good boxer. I mean, she's a good boxer, obviously.
Yeah, I think she's world champion as a
But then
female, right?
when I saw she started promoting OnlyFans, I was like,
that's where she lost me. That's where she lost me.
You lost me, man.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I'm not into that.
It
is what it is. Because female boxing obviously has changed a lot in recent years. Have you trained with any female boxers?
What's that?
Have you trained with any female boxers?
I trained some of them, but not boxers. Just like
just fitness and stuff.
Fitness or amateurs, but not like to the pro side.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
How is that side? Yeah.
Well, no,
I see it's progressing quick.
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting at.
The less females being there, it's quicker to progress.
Well, the reason I ask is because I was speaking to a female boxer before, and she was saying about sparring with men and stuff, and like how the dangers of that and being careful and whatnot.
But you have to be careful.
You have to be careful there, right? Because and the reason I bring it up
is different.
Right, and the only experience I ever had with like being in a ring with the females when I was in the amateurs, but it was like she was the only amateur. She was the only female in the club, and like I probably weighed about 74 kilos at the time, and she was boxing at like 48. So when I say we're sparring, we're not sparring. Like we're moving. Like she just needed bodies. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it was difficult. But like
that's
like because the reason there's photos of females on the wall in here. I wondered if you had any experience with that.
Yeah, no. Like sparring wise, you talk about.
Yeah, yourself.
No, I never spar a woman. No.
You don't want to hit a woman.
No. I don't feel right. You know, even if it's sparring or it's like actually that's the sport of it.
Yeah.
I just don't feel right to hit them. You know. I do it for fun sometimes, like a little workout, like you say, just have a little move around. But to actually do a spar, nah.
Yeah, it's a tricky area. I think it's a strange area because I've got a lot of experience training with women in grappling. It's different, right? Because, like you said, you're not punching them in the head, so it changes things a little bit, I guess, doesn't it? But do you ever watch any female boxing and sort of like you're not into it at all? It's not for you.
Nah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really fancy watching women fight.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I can hear that.
You know, like they're supposed to be the pretty ones, just you know, chill out when you see them box. I'm not really a fan of it.
Yeah, I got you. I think
it's more like a man sports kind of.
I hear you.
You know?
Because at the moment,
obviously, no disrespectful women's boxing. I just don't fancy my side.
I can understand that completely, and because at the moment, like the heavyweight division's big in the UK, right? And it seems like everyone's like on the road to being a heavyweight champion from the UK right now. We touched on him earlier, Moses Atalma. Now, he's one I find exciting, right?
Yeah, he's exciting.
Because and like also, I think he's 19, right?
Yeah.
If you listen, forget his boxing, just listen to him talk. He seems like he's like about 30. Right? He's like a serious.
And even the mentality, you know, like the way, like he's not a kid.
No, that's what I mean. He's mature. He's
mature,
you know, because he spoke about like breaking Mike Tyson's record as the youngest heavyweight champion. I think time will run out on him. I think he's too close. I don't think he'll get it close quick enough.
He's got like 5 months or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's May. I think May's the cut-off. He ain't going to get it by then. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's...
World Championships, I don't know.
Well, Frank Warren spoke about it, didn't he? About him fighting Usyk.
Okay. Is it?
I
think it's too early.
Too early, right? Too early. But why not? I'd like to see it. Roll the dice. Because like, I saw Moses talk about it in an interview as well. It was like, there's a no lose for him, right? Like, if he loses, he's supposed to lose. Fuck it, like, roll the dice.
He's undisputed, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the other one, obviously, you said undisputed, there's a belt that's gone straight, isn't there?
Yeah.
Daniel Dubois got one belt, and he's fighting soon against Joseph Parker, which I think is a really good fight. But before we get to that, like, did you watch the Joshua fight?
Joshua fight? Which one with Dubois? I did watch a bit of highlights, to be honest. I didn't watch the full fights.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't watch the full fight?
No, I didn't really attract me.
Nah. Are you a fan of the heavyweight division or not so much?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I did watch pretty much Usyk fights, last 5 I did.
Yeah.
I like Usyk, but I'm not really fan of that like the other boys like Joshua, Dubois, and all this.
But Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah,
you like Tyson Fury?
I like him. Not as a boxer, but as a character.
Right. Okay.
I love him.
Well, he's saying he's retired. Do you believe he's retired or not?
No.
He's not.
No, he retired like 10 times already.
He's retired 10, but it's different now.
What's the chance to be another fake retirement?
No, I get you, but it's different now. I think because I think he's on the decline.
Is he?
I think in his prime he would have beat Usyk. You know, people can comment and tell me what they think.
Yeah.
But I think Tyson Fury, when he fought Deontay Wilder, them times.
I
think he would have beat Usyk.
Yeah, he was a different boxer at the time, you know.
When he fought Francis Ngannou, I don't know if you saw that one, the MMA fighter.
Did I watch it?
He got the decision, but I think he lost.
I think I did watch the highlights.
But it's tough. Like to me, he's just like slowly declined. Do you know what I'm saying? And if it's like that, I don't want to see it.
It can be, you know, but maybe just a fake retirement just to make the fight bigger with Joshua.
With Joshua, that's the one.
Right? I'm coming back after retired. All this and
I mean, him versus Joshua is still a big fight, right?
Oh yeah, I like to watch that.
Yeah, for sure. I'd want to go to it, right? Have you been to Wembley for boxing by any chance?
Yeah,
it's a good venue, isn't it? Like it's fun to watch.
It's nice.
You don't really see it because they're too far, but you watch the screen.
But it's still nice, you know. Just I find out the feeling of being in the same room, kind of, with them people is nice, you know. With them boxers.
Of course.
To be like, even if they're like a mile away, where you know they're actually there, you know, in person. It's cool.
And the atmosphere of being around people
as well.
I
That's
always
a cool
like
idea,
that,
you know.
Yeah. Have you been to the O2 for boxing by any chance?
Did I? I don't think so. I've been once, but not for boxing. I went to Bernacas.
All right, well, that it's still a fight thing, isn't it?
I was doing a corner that night.
Oh,
for BKB.
BKFC or BKB or something, BKYB, I think there is.
One of my mates had his debut on it. And,
who's your mate?
He didn't have a corner. Jack Casey, I think.
He's a good mate, you don't even know his name.
I'll be honest with you, all of the friends, I don't know their names.
Shout out Jack.
But definitely Jack, you know, definitely Jack.
His name is probably Jack.
Anyway, he was fighting on it, and he's like, didn't have a corner. I'm like, I'll do it for you, don't worry. And I went there, right, and we was waiting there in the changing room for our time, and all them, you know, fighters coming with like broke jaws, broken fingers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell?
Well, that's the thing, is the fingers, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like the hands,
I mean. What the hell?
Because I had a bare knuckle guy on the podcast. I think it was a Monday or a Tuesday after he'd fought on the Saturday night. Shout out Pasha, Cyrus Rafi.
Pasha.
Yeah, you know Cyrus Rafi? You don't know anyone, fuck's sake. But he was on it like the day or 2 days after he'd fought. And like that was the thing, his hands. Like he had face looked like he'd fought, but just like a boxing match.
But
his hands, I shook his hand and he was like, sorry, you told me that already. I didn't mean to shake your hand. But I think that's the thing with a bare knuckle.
He does, because they don't have no protection, isn't he? They have a little bit of like waist protection, isn't he?
Yeah, I think they wrap something over it, but
no, the knuckles. The knuckles are.
The knuckles are bare.
They just protect this kind of side.
Right.
And it's just to be safer to don't break your hand, but you still break your knuckles.
Yeah. Would you ever do it?
No.
Too pretty for that.
I'm alright with gloves.
Yeah.
No. It's just not that they get a hit in the face. It's the actually hands, you know. Like you break your fingers and your hands.
Yeah.
If you actually break them hard,
it's a shit
you're not
one.
gonna use them no more.
Have you broke hand before?
No.
See, I've got a broken.
I had injuries. I had injuries on my hands, but not broken. Just you know, like I've been out for weeks or something, but not that bad to be, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I don't want that, man. This is my money.
That's your everything. You don't need that situation.
You break his hands. You're not able, not just to box, but like you can't able to do much.
That's it.
You know,
that's how it goes.
Maybe you wanna go work construction, wherever. Who knows?
Well, even drive the car. Fucking anything with the thing.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, the reason I asked you about the O2 originally is my favourite venue to watch boxing is the O2. I've been there for UFCs, everything, but I think that's the best venue because firstly, there's not a bad seat there. It doesn't matter. But I just think it's a great venue. I love the O2. The atmosphere is big enough and small enough.
It's local as well for anyone in London together.
Yeah, and it's the
right
right
size.
Travel
all the way to wherever, Wembley.
Exactly, but it's also like the right size, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's big enough and small enough. It's small enough to feel like you're there, but it's also big enough that there's fucking loads of people.
In there,
And
what was the capacity? It's like
17,000, I think, it's something like that. Somewhere around 17.
These big numbers, you know, like looking at Yoko, for example, it's only like 2,000.
Two something, right? Yeah,
so
small.
Differences,
But there's levels to it, right? Like you're not going to fight for a world title at York Hall, right? Whereas the O2, you can fucking have it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm assuming these big venues are on your radar, right? You want to get to these.
I want to be able to be there at some point to be like, I'm fighting O2, I'm fighting Wembley, wherever.
Yeah.
difference.
Sure. Well, I had a guy on here, MMA fighter, Nico Samsonidze. Shout out Nico. He spoke about a fight he had in front of 60,000 people in Frankfurt. Really? I think it was Frankfurt. If I'm wrong, mate, correct me, but I'm pretty sure. 60,000. And he said it was he didn't realise it because when you're there, you couldn't really.
Well, you just don't really. You kind of ignore the noise.
Yeah, but he said it was because I can't remember how he worded it, but something along the lines of like because you're close and like the lights and whatever you don't see it. He noticed it when he got out the ring. After he'd won his fight, he went upstairs like and sat with his friends in the thing, and he was like, "Fuck, this is nuts!" Like I just fucking fought here. You know what I mean? And you think Wembley, you can get I think 100,000 close to him there, right, for a fight because of the pitch. So it's like, I think it was 98,000 at the Dubois Joshua fight. That's another 40,000 on top of that, mate. It's fucking crazy.
You say about these big numbers, man. When I don't remember which fights, he was like full, Yoko. I think it was my third one. Man, it was full. The Yoko was full, legit, packed. I was number 6 as well, or something like that, like middle of the show where everyone is there. And I'm walking out, I didn't even know how was in the venue because I was in the change room all the time. Since it was
change
empty.
rooms are good at Yoko as well, right?
Yeah. They're like, let me move around.
Yes.
But yeah, I walked to the, outside the stage, and I just see the Yoko full, like probably like 1,500 or something like that. Like, not a big number, but the feeling of it, you feel like, man, there's so many people in there.
Yeah. Well, when you walk to the ring as well, you're like almost walking past people to get to it.
The thing is, with these shows on Goodwin, they make a nice stage.
Yeah.
From the middle of the stage.
Right.
Walking down the ring.
Oh, is that what they do now?
Down
the ramp?
Not all of them.
Yeah.
Some shows are different.
Right.
Well, I'm boxing on Boxmania next, which is a bigger show, a fancier show.
Nice.
So they make it proper with like the stage, with the lights.
Right.
All this. So you feel like you got space to do whatever, like.
Oh, is that right?
Backflips or whatever.
Oh, really? You're going to do a backflip for your next fight or what? Can you do a backflip? Oh, bro, fucking hell, up your game.
I tried once. Say again, because I was watching too much Javante Davis. I was in the gym training. I was an amateur at the time. And I say, I need to practice this. So I put myself in the ropes, jumped over, straight on my belly.
Ouch. Yeah, no more backflips. No more backflips for Giorgio.
I like to learn that at some point.
Right, so if we was to sit here now, like we're sitting here, obviously, you've got a fight coming up, it'll be your 6th fight. God willing, you'll be 6-0. If we was to sit down again in 5 years from now, what belts are on the table, bro? Where do you want to be at? Be honest, tell me.
How many? 5 years?
5 years.
5 years.
What belts are on the table in front of us?
Southern area, English, European, and probably international something. WBO or whatever. I don't see British.
You don't see British?
For some reason, I don't know.
You're going to sidestep that one?
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, my mind, I don't really see it. I would like to, but I don't really see it.
And when's the world title come along?
Huh?
When's the world championship come along?
9 years.
9 years. All right, that's quite specific. Why 9?
9.
Why 9?
I don't know, just that's how I feel it.
I gotcha.
I'm thinking like it might take me a bit to get there, yeah. So,
I hear that. I hear that. Well, to be honest, I mean, 23 years old, Jesus, man, you got fucking loads of time, do you know what I mean? So, hey, you seem like you're one of them guys. As I said to you earlier, it seems like
you put stuff in your mind and you do it.
You stick
to the plan.
But it almost seems like you're just excited about it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas it's not a chore for you. Whereas a lot of people I speak to, it's like,
some people
I want to do this, and it's like a chore.
I have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, if you don't feel like, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Go do something else.
Don't work in Starbucks.
Go, make some coffees. Like it's your choice. You don't boxing because no one forces you.
Yeah.
You know, some kids are forced by parents when they're kids, but while they're growing, they develop that passion for it anyway. So if you chose to be in that sport, don't complain.
Yeah, of course. But you also coach people, and you seem like you got a passion for that.
Yeah, I do.
How long? Because you got to be honest, right? Like if you're going to get to world titles and stuff, there's going to have to be a point where you go, I don't do anything. I train, I sleep, I rest. What sort of stage is that coming in for you?
Well, when I have a financially
is it that simple?
Suitable, probably. Yeah,
it's that simple.
When I can say, you know what, I don't need to do nothing else because I can eat, I can pay my rent or whatever, and I don't need to worry about it. You know,
I hear that.
But obviously, this is obviously my income now.
Yeah.
You know, like a good income as a coaching, but I love it at the same time.
Right.
You know, so it's not like I'm going to work. Oh, I need to go 9 to 5. I hate it. No, I love it. You know, I come in the gym, train people. You know, and I have different people here, like people who walk in and say they want to be boxers, and I see myself. That was me 4 years ago, you know, and I help them, you know.
Yeah.
You know, from everything, from technique to, you know, I travel with a lot of boys for sparring as well. They're not even amateurs, but I get them for different gyms sparring, you know. I spend my weekend sometimes and go just for them to spar, you know, and it's good, you know, help to, from wherever, losing weights, gaining confidence, kids, making boxers, things like that. Like,
That's
it's nice,
cool, man. That's really
to be
cool.
part of it, you know.
Yeah.
And he helped me. I think at the same time he helped me a bit as a boxer as well, because teaching someone the same thing every day, your brain already know that stuff, you know.
Yep.
So okay, I explained to this person 100 times why to jab like that. I know how to jab as well then, you know.
Yeah.
It's natural.
Yeah.
Your brain know how to do that, so he helped me as well.
Well, mate, look, I really appreciate you, man. Before we finish up, have you got any sponsors or anything you want to shout out?
Many. Well, I've got all my sponsors: Pescobar, Shaded Shines. Hopefully, I pronounced it well. The Matt Marsh, my own merch, Dracula. I've got some sponsors on the back. Well, I turn around.
Turn around, bro. Turn around.
All the sponsors there, you can all see the gym, everything. Shout out to everyone. They all helped me on the journey, and it's really appreciated. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do something like that.
Nice.
So,
Well, we'll put all the links in the description anyway. Anything you want there, mate, will be there.
I
Before we finish up, I always ask people what football team they support. You ruined this at the start of the fucking episode, bro. You ruined this at the start of the episode.
Football team.
Expand. Why Charlton? You said Charlton. Why?
Oh, because it's local.
Is that simple?
Yeah, here. And sometimes I go to day games.
Okay.
Because they're local, so for me it's not a hassle to go all the way and wherever.
Uh-huh.
And I like it, it's local, it's they're part of the community.
Yeah.
So you rather support the community. Why should I go support, I don't know, a team from like 20 miles away?
Yep.
Where this is my community. This is the people I know, the neighbors.
Yep.
When I go games, I can see like 20 friends in there. Like not friends, but like people I know.
Yeah.
Because we're all local. We're all going there, so.
Boom. That's a good answer, mate. I really appreciate it, as I said, man.
Pleasure.
I always finish with a fist up like this, mate.
Come on.
Squeeze the neck. Boom!